Hello, everybody. Hello. Thank you for coming. Thank you for coming, everyone. Could we all rise for the Pledge of Allegiance? Want to lead us, Sarah?
Yes.
Where's the flag?
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I think we need to say a prayer, especially for the kids that were in the accident on 84. Let's pray that, I don't know what the answer is.
Okay. We also need to pray for our first responders, for our police, that they all be safe, for our veterans. So let's have a moment of prayer for that. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. We're going to jump ahead of the schedule a little bit. We're going to ask Kathy Quinn, Director of Support Connection, if she would get up and say a few words.
You know what?
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much for welcoming me here today. As for those of you I don't know, my name is Kathy Quinn, and I'm the Executive Director of Support Connection. May I ask how many people have ever heard of Support Connection in the room? Okay, so quite a few of you. All right. Today's a very fitting day for me to be here. It's a very emotional day because today would have been my girlfriend Isabel's birthday, 68th birthday. Sadly, she passed 25 years ago from breast cancer. So when Isabel was dealing with this, she had called me up and said, you know, I'm getting excellent medical care, but I really want to speak to someone who's been through it, who knows what it's like to go through this situation. And at the time I was working at a women's center, and I looked high and low to find her a support group in the area, and I really could not find anything for her. So coincidentally, at the same time I saw a walk, at the time it was called the Share a Walk, I saw that advertised, and I went to walk in her honor. And I met Nancy Heller and Richard Damsky. Nancy had had breast cancer 12 years prior, and Richard's wife had passed of breast cancer the year before. And they had something in common as well. They wanted a place for people to go, just like Isabel wanted, to be able to speak to someone who had been through this. So with a group of volunteers, we initially thought we were going to do another walk because they expected maybe 100 people to come to the walk. There were about 800 that came. So we worked with a group called Share, and it was decided that we really needed to create an organization. So we worked about a year. There were about 20 of us that helped get this together. I opened the door of Support Connection's office on September 9th, 1996, and I said to Nancy at the time, I'll stay 6 months to get you off the ground because I was in between jobs. Well, 27 years and 4 hair colors later, I'm still here. And this is the last stop, this hair. This is the natural. So what do? Let's make Support Connection stand apart from other places. We help people with breast, ovarian, and all other gynecological cancers. But really important is that my professional peer counselors all have had cancer. And that makes a huge difference, whether you're calling for emotional support or information. And we have support groups and wellness programs. It's just a lot. And we not only help people with the cancer, but their families and friends. Everything is free and it's confidential. So if you ever needed to turn to us, which I hope you don't have to, we are there. And it's coincidental that today you have a New York Presbyterian Hudson Valley Hospital here, and I know Stacy will be joining you soon. They are unbelievable to work with. You have been such great partners with us. Many of our people utilize the medical doctors at the hospital, and it's just they report excellent care, not only medical, but also how they're treated. So that is really important. So what keeps us going? So the engine that keeps us going, keeps us moving, is the support we get from the community and our annual supporter walk, which is on Sunday, next Sunday, a week from now, which I can't believe it's coming up, October 1st. And since we help people throughout the country, we welcome people locally to come to FDR Park or walk in your community nationwide. There's people that have walked around their house a couple of times on the day they can't maybe walk very far. So we welcome everybody to come. I left some brochures on the back, and I welcome you to take it. If for some reason you'd be kind enough, if you can't come to the walk or don't have the opportunity, you want to make a donation, we're always very, very grateful for that as well. And I'm very proud to say that all of the money raised at the walk goes directly to fund our services. So again, Support Connection has been my passion for 27 years. And why I come back every day is I see the difference that it makes in people's lives. It's a tremendous, difficult feeling to feel you're alone with something, but then when you have comfort by other people supporting you, it makes a big difference. Mm-hmm. And now I'm just going to give a little shout out to Jenny Menton, who is one of my great volunteers who works at Fantastic Finds. I don't know if you've heard of that. It's our upscale resale shop in Chappaqua. Jenny works there every Monday. If you have new or gently used items to donate, you just call our office. We love to have them. And again, we have close to 40 now, or over 40 volunteers. That the store is open Monday through Saturday, 10 to 4. I call it my happy place when I go, like if I have some time on a Saturday and they need help. It's just a really wonderful place, beautiful items at very low prices. And I'm going to leave this on the back table too. We're having a fashion show on Thursday, October 12th, and everyone is invited. I'll leave a few invitations if anyone's interested in that. Is it okay if does anyone have any questions?
I have a question. The time of the walk?
Excuse me, repeat that again.
Pardon me?
Time of the
Hear
walk.
the question. Repeat the question.
The time of the
Time
walk.
of the walk.
Okay, so the pre-walk activities, if you want to come, to get a good parking spot, is 9 a.m., and then the walk takes off promptly at 10, and then we're generally back by 11 a.m. for refreshments, and it's really great along the walk path. There's cheerleaders and people playing music, and it's a day to come out and celebrate life, remember our loved ones who are always going to be with us, and just to support people. And I'm really proud to be I'm a long-term resident of Yorktown. I just realized that also happened like yesterday, 40 years living here. We have a great, great town. Amazing, and the support is wonderful, and you're helping us help thousands of people. And thank you from the bottom of my heart for letting me come.
Thank you. Very nice. Very good.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
I think
I'm so sorry. Yes, the store is called Fantastic Finds, and I'm going to leave this flyer in the back. And it's in Chappaqua on King Street. And if you go Monday morning, Jenny will take really good care of you. Thank you all again.
Thank you. Thank you so much. It's a wonderful thing. And here we have our supervisor, Tom Diana. He's going to come up. And
Are you in trouble again?
Yeah,
They got you over at the end of the table. It's like the kids' table over here?
right.
Okay, good.
I won't ask any questions.
Hey, good afternoon, everybody. How's everybody doing?
okay.
Great, great, great. How many people from Jefferson Village do I have here? Oh, we got a few. Perfect, perfect, perfect.
No, I moved into Jefferson.
I know,
Village.
I
Yeah.
know.
Lovely. I don't know why we didn't do it 10 years ago.
Well, you had a great oil company, I understand.
Oh, yeah. That was it.
And I'd like to thank you guys and the board here, and I want to just recognize my deputy, Ed Lachterman, and his great new haircut.
Yeah.
Wow.
All right,
Chic.
and our town clerk and assistant town clerk and my assistant, who's back there, Jenna Belcastro. So and our Parks Recreation Commissioner, Joe Falcone. He makes he's my guru when it comes to golf courses. Anyway, and I'm not going to oh, senior nutrition. Our boss lady at Senior Nutrition, Noreen. She does a great job over there, and she has to deal with me a lot, too. So, anyway, well, I got some great news for Jefferson Village. I had a meeting with the highway superintendent this morning, and we have come to the conclusion that we're going to put a road plate down the end of Village Road. I talked to Charlie O'Neill. It is not our road, okay? I just want to make that clear. It is not our road. Matter of fact, it's far off of where any kind of an easement would be for the town of Yorktown. But in a matter of safety, until this can be hashed out with the village and whoever the owners of that road are at this point in time, we thought it pertinent to put down a road plate so that police, fire, ambulance can get in and out of there, number one. Number two, and not even number two, 1A and 1B, is so that all of you folks can get in and out of there safely and not have to drive into another lane. So I took care of that this morning. I don't know that it'll be there today, but we're hoping for Monday. So beware. It's going to be a little bump. It's going to make some noise, but you'll be able to go over it safely. Okay? It's just, it's just one of those things that when they build developments, and they've built them years ago, that there were different corporations for different parcels of land and different roadways, et cetera, and to put a name to the particular parcel is sometimes a very daunting task, especially when people pass. Are the corporations moved on? Are they defunct? But just, we're trying to help out in the village as much as we can. So I know Charlie O'Neill is working on it. I believe your management company is working on it. They have lawyers working on it as we speak. So bear with us. We're going to make it as safe as we can for the time being. Understand, this is just a Band-Aid. Matter of fact, I have to get in touch with Charlie again because he's going to have to buy some signs that say road plate ahead, because you get these plow jockeys that are going to come in there at some point in time. All right, they're going to hit this thing, move it off the hole. Now we still got a hole. Yeah. So it's going to have to be indicated properly so that they, you drive down the road and it says raised plow, something like that. It'll say raised plow road plate or some such wording. But it's important to know that, it's going to make a little noise, it's going to be a little bump, but it's going to be a lot safe. So that's number one. Number two, I was just discussing with Jim Mortorano, our park superintendent, who I didn't introduce before because I didn't think he was here before. Hello, Jim. And he is here. Matter of fact, come on up here for a minute. Might as well put him right on the spot. All right. Jim and I were discussing the problems with the water that flows out of Gomer Street, goes over land, and goes down through parkland, town of Yorktown land. We're going to be in there with a machine shortly to open up a swale that is there. It appears that the swale is clogged. All right, so we want to open it up so when that water cascades down to that particular area, that it's caught here and it's diverted either one direction or two directions, so it doesn't come down, wash out those gardens, the walls, etc. Joanne, what condo is that right there? It's 9. Okay. So that's the worst part. So hopefully we can clear, because we can look from a satellite view even and see that there's some trees that are down here. Once again, this is a problem. The town owns a tremendous amount of land, and that's a wonderful thing for the environment, that we can have, the trees that expel and intake stuff that cleans the air. But it's the maintenance of that. And we did have a fund, but the fund didn't include maintenance. So as things progress, we have put into effect $50,000 which helps for cleaning of the trees and so forth that may fall. Some fall on people's fences that are adjacent to park and town land. And there was never anything that took care of that. So we are taking care of that. The other thing we are taking care of, and most of you, I believe, are not affected by this, but we are also taking care of, we put some money into clearing of the streams. Okay? We put like $25,000 into that, so that if we do have a problem, we can either hire a contractor or do it ourselves. The problem we run into is that when you start fooling around streams, lakes, wetlands, are the permits that you have to get. When all of these things were done years ago, permits weren't necessary, okay? The ecological portions of that now force us to do them. And that's not always a bad thing, all right? They tell us when we can go in and do something and when we can't, such as they have, you know, certain species of animals, reptiles, et cetera, that do what they do at certain times a year. So those are certain times that we can't go in there. So it's a long and arduous task that we perform here, and we try to get things taken care of as soon as we can. That being said, this is not Francis's favorite topic. But the fluoride project has been replumbed by the Northern Westchester Joint Waterworks. They wanted something done differently in here. We've taken some shots over our bow that were delaying the project and so on and so forth. But there had to be a lot of things done to get it to the point it's at now. They're getting ready, I think it's on the 10th of October, to do a water test on the system, which means instead of the fluoride going in, they're just going to fill a vessel with water, and the vessel's going to be pumped in. The water's going to be pumped in, rather, to test the system, test how much it's putting in, so on and so forth. It doesn't hurt a thing. It's just drinking water. And then the Board of Health has to sign off on it. Until such time, there will be no fluoride in the water. I am not a proponent of it. I've done a lot of reading on it. I don't think that its benefits outweigh what the hurt is. There's been new government studies that have come out against it. But we're involved in this at this point. So in as far as that goes, until such time as we get definitive proof, because it's about 50-50, whether it's good for you or it's not. We have fluoride in our toothpaste. We have fluoride in dentists can give you treatments. You know, we don't have to have it in all our drinking water. As a matter of fact, the one thing I was just reading recently was that it cuts down on the IQ of developing individuals. Is it true? I don't know. I'm not a doctor. But like I say, I've read both sides of the spectrum. And some of it is good and some of it is bad. So you kind of have to weigh that for yourselves. That's some of the news that's fit to print. Jim's been very helpful with all of the stuff that we do throughout the town when it comes to our parks, recreations, our seniors. Matter of fact, one of the best days I had was it a year ago? Yeah, about a year ago. We went up to Connecticut and went on the steam-powered locomotive and went out on a boat ride, and it was a lot of fun. It really was, and you know, we got to see Choo Choo Charlie up there in the cab of the engine and so forth, and it was really a great day, good time. And I think that's about all I got for you folks at this point in time. I'm here to field any questions that you might have. Yes, ma'am.
About the garbage? Are you going to talk about the garbage?
Why?
I'll take care. I'll take care.
Thank you. I'm only kidding when I said why.
I know, it's a joke. Yes, and we're all laughing about what happened. But I'd like to know what the cost of
$2.83 a household.
That's it?
That's it.
Why didn't you print that?
It's it. It is. It was out in the meetings. It's been on a lot of stuff. We just calculated.
In the newspaper,
We just calculated it all out.
what happened and how you fixed it. A little late, in my opinion, but it's fixed and it's working.
Well, ma'am, there's a process that has to be taken, and this is what a lot of people don't understand, is that in municipal government, it's not like you have a contractor fixing your kitchen sink and he screws up. You throw him out, right? You throw him out. Our contractor screwed up, and then he collapsed.
Okay, we're not, this is not a,
Concerned about the cost.
The cost is more, but it's going to cost about $2.83 per household per month. That's less than a cup of coffee out of the gas station.
Well, I don't buy that either. It would have been nice if you had printed it. When you knew it, you should have printed it.
I knew it last week because we had to get all our bills in. We had to see.
We'll see if it comes out in print.
Yep, it will be. All right. Now, is your garbage getting picked up? That's the most important thing. We corrected it in 72 hours on a holiday weekend. And we left it so that people would not have trash laying around for the holiday parties and so on and so forth for Labor Day. And I had 9 trucks, all right, with a phone call that came in and did that for us.
We don't have to rehash that. That was all addressed.
good job.
Is it going to be more? Absolutely, because there's no garbage company out there that's going to come in at this point in time, all right, for 1-year contract and not charge you more.
Well, I just wanted to know how much.
That's been all over the papers. It's been all over everything. It's been on the air. It's been on our town board meetings. We've had it on, in the newspapers, the town board meetings, the work sessions, and so forth. But we've just got all of our bills together to figure out what it's going to cost, because there's money that's owed us. There's money that is owed. It's a complicated mixture of what we have to do to make something work for all of the residents of the town of Yorktown.
What are
Okay.
you going to do about the fines that you charged the old company? Can that go into the budget?
It's already collected. Already collected. I took it right out of their pay.
But
For-
what did you do with that money?
It goes right back into the garbage
Gee.
fund balance. Yeah, the garbage fund balance, and it's used to pay off different things. There's going to be things that, out of his last pay, are going to be taken away and put into of the fund also to pay for the 9 trucks that we had to call in. And mind you, ladies and gentlemen, this was done with a phone call. All right? I don't know any other board that could have done this, past or present, okay, the way we handled it.
Right.
I don't mean to pat ourselves on the back, but we did a good job. And we kept the town clean. I've heard things that came across about, I'm going to come and put my garbage on your desk. All right? Oh, yeah. Oh, I got them. Let me tell you. Yep, I got them. We're going to...
Getting my garbage.
We're going to put my garbage on your desk. You know, I'm back charging because I have to take my garbage to Royal Carting or wherever they were taking it. You know, we heard it all, but there is a process that town government has to go through before we can get to that point. You're
You have a
welcome.
question here?
Yes, Joanne.
I challenge anyone to come up with another supervisor and the town board that you worked so hard on a Labor Day weekend with one phone call, and in 72 hours,
Got it done.
you were on your way to resolving it completely. And only a person and a board with your kind of experience
Right.
in the town and
right.
your hard work that we did get it resolved. So talk about rehashing, ma'am. Why are you rehashing all of this?
Excuse me.
No, let's not argue. It's done. We got it done. That's all that matters.
Thank you.
The question I asked is what is the
Here we go.
He started rehashing. And
Okay.
it's wonderful that they got it done in such a timely manner. I wanted to know what it would
At least
cost.
the public doesn't.
On the low end, it's under a cup of coffee at Starbucks a month, basically.
Okay, thank
If anybody
you.
goes to Starbucks.
Mr. Supervisor?
yes.
Just one question, going
Yes.
back to the fluoride. Is there a definite decision, yes or no, or are we still in the middle? I mean, I don't know.
I voted no for it.
No, but I'm saying
Yeah, it's going forward.
it's going forward.
Going forward. It's moving forward unless they have a problem. And quite some time ago, I was told a bit of a story on how we could take money out of one place to put it to the other so that it would be able to be promoted. That story happened to be just that, a story.
Yeah.
Okay? We couldn't. So we ended up taking money out, and a job that was supposed to cost us $9.8 million. I'm sorry, $980,000. Ended up cost us like 1.2.
Okay.
I've got a question.
Yes.
And do they know that the fluoride has to be administered at different levels for different ages? I like to know from the engineers, how is this device going to be changing 3 levels to everybody in Yorktown? That's my question.
That I can't answer for
Okay.
you. I can't. I have
Can somebody
no
answer that?
idea. Possibly the person that's with Joint Waterworks, he might be able to answer that question, but I don't know.
Well, how do we input that? How do we get that?
Maybe by next meeting, I can have those answers for you.
Okay, I appreciate you working hard. Thank you.
But I, you know, it's technical stuff. Yeah, I actually saw that. It's technical stuff that I don't have a lot of independent knowledge of.
It seems to me that we have people on the other side that are doing this that don't either.
Very possible. Very possible.
Thank you.
But, yeah, just so you know, and I wasn't trying to rehash garbage, I was kind of kidding about it when I said, why do we want to talk about it? But you know what? It is an important fact that we had a total collapse of our current hauler. This contract was brought in. Yes, I was on the board at that point, but I wasn't a supervisor. It was brought in. I inherited it. It was done in goodwill, but there was a lot of flaws to it. And part of the flaw was the contractor themselves. We had a total collapse the Friday before Labor Day of that particular company to where the men walked off the job. So we handled it as best we could. We got it done. Is it more? It's going to be a little bit more. I'm not going to lie to anybody. You know, like I always said, you may not like what I tell you, but what I'm going to tell you is going to be the truth. And that's the best I can do for you.
Thank you, Mr. Supervisor.
Thank
We
you.
appreciate you very much.
And Jefferson Village, folks, this guy's going to get that swale back down for you so we don't get the water into those basements.
Good, good, thank you.
I'll be
Jim,
brief.
Hi, Jim, how are you?
I'm well. So we have our new town brochure that's out. Tom, I'm not sure if you can get that. That's available here at Town Hall. That's available here at the Parks and Recreation Department and also online and should be mailed to most of your houses. So take a look at that. Some programs
I got it already.
Yeah, some programs we're looking to still fill are the Mahjong Club, line dancing, dance and exercise, the knitting club, and fall prevention. So you can come into our office and sign up for those programs at 176 Granite Springs Road. We'd love to have you join those programs. We also have in our senior flyer, which is also available online or here at Town Hall or my office. St. Patrick's seniors have a couple trips that they're still looking to fill up, one being the Oktoberfest, that is October 18th, and the other being Elvis in the Building, that's going to be on November 8th. So all that information is in our senior flyer. So a lot of great things going on here in town for seniors and recreation and our clubs. But probably one of the most impressive things that are coming to light is Dinah Quassen and her program that she's going to introduce in a little bit. Very, very cool things that she has going on. So be sure to listen to her and make sure you pick it up. Dinah, what's the program called?
It's the senior identification.
We're going to have her on.
Senior identification card. So make sure you get one of those today. And if you're watching at home, make sure you get one sometime soon. Thank you.
Thank you, Jim. So, Diana, do you want to go? Town Clerk Diana Quast.
Good afternoon, everybody. I'm a little shorter than I guess everybody else, but it's
So I'm happy to be here today to introduce our senior identification program. You know, it became apparent over the last year when we were out with our mobile town clerk's office. We visit all our senior facilities throughout the town. And it really became apparent that our seniors needed to have something that would help identify important information in the case of an emergency. So without further ado, we're going to go right into our program. We launched it on Monday. We've had an overwhelming response to it, and we hope to have our cards out to people next week. So the Senior Identification Program provides residents 60 years of age and older with a free wallet-sized card that contains your name and address, emergency contact information, your physician's information, medical conditions, and allergies. And the card would provide vital information to whoever is assisting that resident in the event of an emergency and give access to the resident's doctor and emergency contact. The application for the senior ID card is simple. You can obtain a hard copy in the town clerk's office, complete it, and leave it with our office, and we'll process your card. You can download the application in a PDF format from the town clerk's web page under senior identification application, and you can complete a web form application from the town clerk's web page under the senior identification application, which is a fillable version, and it'll come right to the town clerk's email. Maura, if you would bring that up. That's what our application looks like, but Maura, why don't you go through the steps of how they can go online and get it?
Sure. So you're on the website, and you would go to Forms and Permits. Just scroll down. It's an alphabetical listing of all of our forms. Of course, this has to begin with S. Go to page 2. There we go.
So there's 2 sections. On the one side, you'll see where it says fillable. If you fill that one out, it'll automatically email the town clerk. And if you fill out the second one, that is the PDF format, which you can print off, fill out, bring in, or email back to us.
Here's the fillable.
So, Maura, if you'll just send a dummy one to me.
Okay, so Ellen.
Hair color, you want?
No, I said the I would absolutely never do that. Maura's my right hand, and I couldn't do what I do without her.
Well, since I can't make myself younger in order to get the card, I guess you're all going to know how old I am.
The cards look like this, and they'll have your information in the back.
61.
Tom, I'm not going to have you go in on this because this is my personal one, and it has some personal information on it. Some would debate that.
It's okay, Tom. I don't care.
But I'm not going to tell you my age. You can get it right through our office.
You can get it here. We've got applications today here. So if you want to take one and fill it out, you hand it in at the window.
The card.
Where, excuse me, where it says hair color, is that original?
You know, I've gone through every application, and we've received well over 100 already when we launched this on Monday. And you'd be surprised at how many different hair colors there are. So you put down whatever your preference is, and we'll put it in.
I think that means if you color your hair, yes or no?
No, that doesn't count.
And you just keep filling down. You can put in high blood pressure. You're on, any issues you have. And here you can say any allergies, seasonal. Most likely they're going to want to know more like drug-related allergies if you're allergic to penicillin or anything sulfur-related, things like that. You can put in your physician's name, their phone number, emergency contact with that person's phone number. If you need more than one, we can do that.
Yes, we can.
It's just we may have to change the spacing a little bit, but if it's really important for you to have more than one emergency contact, you can list it. And if we have a problem, we can always call you because you're giving us your phone number.
Okay.
And then you're going to hit the submit button, and it goes right to Diana. And then we take that information and we fill out the ID card program and print the card, and we will put it in the mail to you.
And you will get your application back.
Right.
We're not keeping any of your information. It doesn't go onto our server. It's simply on my laptop. It'll go directly out, and that information goes right back to you.
Does your emergency contact have to be local?
It can be anybody you want it to be.
Right. That was the fillable form. If you're not comfortable filling it out that way, right across from where it says fillable over here, there's one that says PDF. That application, you'd have to have a printer, of course. You can just print this, handwrite it, and you can either email it to us. If you scan, you can bring it into the office. You can come into the office and get a form and fill it out right there. So it's really easy to do.
Yeah, and the preference is yours, whatever you're most comfortable with.
Okay?
Couldn't be any easier than that.
Giving any forms to the village that we could have easy access to?
We typically go out to our senior facilities the second and fourth Wednesday of the month. We're out from 10 o'clock to 3 o'clock. We will be there, and we will be giving them out then, yes.
And we could also drop some off.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
We
no,
can
please
send you
drop
the
some.
applications to fill out.
Diana? Excuse me.
You say you're sending the application back to us?
Yes, you'll get an envelope with us with your application and your card in your mail.
What happens to the information that you put online?
It's not online, so that information is not online. It's on a program which I designed on my laptop. That information will be deleted as soon as the card's printed.
Wonderful program. Very much needed.
Do you have enough lines for the medications?
Yes, we've worked it out. I mean, we've had some that have 2 and 3 lines, and we've figured out how to do that. So,
I would start with your most important medications
Certainly.
first, like not your supplements.
No.
Okay, but the most important first.
Yes.
And we may have to abbreviate because I know, like my husband's on, we call him the cardiac cocktail. So he's got a ton of them. So we'd have to abbreviate things, and we have to kind of use our. But one thing I just wanted to say, because we don't keep any of the data, if you lose your card,
absolutely,
you will have to complete another form again, because we don't have anything. Oh, I'm sorry. So we don't have anything. Okay.
Where do you suggest we keep that card?
you can keep it in your wallet, you can keep it in your purse, you can put it on, my phone's over there, but if you have the little slots on the back of your phone, you can do a number of things with it. You can,
Tell them to keep it.
well, hopefully, you're not unconscious when you need it. But, most people,
In case they lose the cord, they just send that one back.
or in your freezer, yes. And that's good if you're in your house, but if you're not in your house, this is better to have with you at all times.
Yeah, and that's probably why why we did the wallet, because a lot of those ones on the door fall off, or
Yes.
this way it's in your, and plus it also covers you if you're not home.
Yes.
You collapse, and I'm speaking from experience, and I'm not trying to be morbid, but if you collapse outside in a store, you don't have somebody with you. If you have it in your wallet, an EMT person is going to go through stuff to find, and they'll find it. And Mr. and Mrs. Frank, yours are ready to go in the mail.
Yes, we just finished
did
them
them
yesterday.
Wonderful. It's a wonderful idea, and it's very, very helpful.
And it's a
Very
program we're probably going to extend on to veterans and to people with disabilities also.
helpful. Beautiful. Beautiful.
Yeah, that's with a different hair color. Yeah.
Yeah.
We went back and forth on the design and putting everybody's picture on or not putting them on, so we're now going to use the town clerk's emblem on there rather than have everybody come in for a picture. So it'll still have all your information on it, but the system, the way it's designed, will automatically just change over with that emblem.
Beautiful. Wonderful. It's a wonderful
I showed
idea.
my card on.
You did already?
This is one of the first ones we actually did, so you'll see a picture on here, but it'll now be an emblem from the town clerk's office. But all your information will be on here with your name, your address, your birth date. If you know your blood type, you'd be surprised how many people don't know what their blood type is, which is an important thing to have. And then on the back, obviously, in this case, it's, I'm allergic to penicillin. So, but that's what we want to know on here, so that if you are in a position where you're not able to speak or say something, or you're lost, or whatever it might be, you can simply give this to somebody and they'll contact your emergency contact.
Wonderful. Very good. Very good idea. Thank you.
Thank you.
The waste shredding program, it's been like a year, and they had at the Hanson Park. Is it possible to get one going and
It's coming.
can the town get one of those machines like they have in Staples? We just go in there and show you identification of a town resident and say, put 5 pounds in.
So you're talking about the Westchester County Mobile Shredders Program? We do that 2 or 3 times a year, and there may be one coming up in October.
Right here.
Yeah.
There you go.
So we do it a few times a year. We do it specifically for the town in February, and we've actually, over the last few
always over
years,
at,
we've shredded 18 tons of town papers,
There you go.
and Laserfeast 1.5 million documents to our Laserfeast program. So we work on that program all the time, and we work with the county to make sure the shredder comes up for our residents.
Okay, well, thank you very much. We appreciate.
October 13th.
This is a wonderful idea, and we're glad that you're implementing it. Okay. Ed, did you want to say something brief?
Yep. I just wanted to give a couple of announcements. I know that a lot of our seniors are veterans, and we do have coming up this Sunday at the American Legion Hall, they have the breakfast fundraiser for the veterans, which will be from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. It's a $10 buffet breakfast, a couple types of eggs, a couple types of pancakes, corned beef hash, bacon, sausage. We might have some biscuits with gravy this week as well. So, everyone's invited. You don't have to be a veteran. I am making them, Diana. Yes. So it's all good.
Okay, thank you
and then,
very
and
much.
then one other thing. We have a great jewel with the Yorktown stage. Do we have any Frank Sinatra fans in the audience today? So how about Dean Martin? Okay, so coming up on October 14th, at 7 p.m. to 10 p.m., the Yorktown stage will have sounds of Sinatra with Dino as well. This is Tony T and his orchestra, and for the backup, Tony was a Broadway musician. He's phenomenal. We had the Sounds of Sinatra with the Yorktown Lions going back a couple of years ago. The gentleman, Steve, that sings the Sinatra songs is amazing. Sounds just like him. So a great show. Tickets available at the Yorktown stage. And I just thought I would pass that on. I think Tom covered most everything else that we need to know.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Next, we have on the agenda a very important program we want to talk to you about. And the Director of Senior Services, Noreen O'Driscoll, is going to get up and talk to you a little bit about this.
Hi, everyone. My name is Noreen O'Driscoll. For those of you that don't know me, I'm the Director of the Yorktown Senior Service Department. Today, I'm here to discuss one of our very important programs at our center, which is our Homebound Meal Program. So what our Homebound Meal Program does, we deliver meals Monday through Friday. They're fresh meals, cooked fresh at our center by our cook on site. They are prepared by our cook, but the menu is made by a registered dietitian from Westchester County, so that we're making sure that you're getting all of the right nutrients that you may need for your diet. So the process for receiving meals, you're a homebound citizen, senior citizen, so that you may be homebound temporarily or permanently. Medically, you have to have a medical necessity. So if you have surgery and you say, hey, I'm not able to cook for a week, it can be temporary as well as a permanent thing. So the process for getting meals is to call our office. All you have to do is call our office, and one of us at the office will help you, and we'll take the application, and then we'll process it, and you'll begin receiving meals. The price of the meals is a suggested contribution of $3 per meal, but I need to add that nobody is ever turned away for inability to pay. It's a suggested contribution, so I don't want anybody out there saying, oh, I can't afford it, I can't get meals. Any senior citizen that is medically in need of these meals can get these meals. And I think that's it. The number to call is 914-962-7447. We do have many programs, but I just wanted to touch on that today, and I thank you for the opportunity, Rosemary, because it's such an important thing. I should add that more than a meal, it is a well check.
Yep.
So that if you're not feeling well, and God forbid, but we have had it happen so many times, you fall down, and the driver gets there, and there's no answer. So what happens? The driver calls the office. We call your emergency contact. Your emergency contact checks on you, and may have to call an ambulance. Sometimes we actually find that an individual down, at which time we call an ambulance. The driver calls an ambulance and waits with the senior while
Wonderful
we wait
program.
for somebody. It really is a wonderful program that if you're out there and you're watching on TV and you're just not able to cook for yourself, please give us a call at 914-962-7447. And the other thing I just wanted to add was this program that Diana Quast, our town clerk, has implemented. I can't tell you how important that is to have your information on you. I have over at the senior center, I have had people that pass out and when the ambulance comes that they just don't feel well. All you have to do is pull out that card rather than trying to say, oh, I don't know. It's so important. So thank you, Diana Quast, for implementing
Thank you.
that.
And we've left the application on the back table along with the presentation, so you have all that information.
Thank you. Does anybody have any questions regarding our program, our meal program?
Well, Noreen, I want to tell you that since I started living in the village, and I see the truck arriving, mostly to people who are, I have to say, mid-90s, who certainly don't get out and don't drive. And it's just, I am just so happy when I see that truck pull up.
Yeah. It really is. It's so much more than a meal. It's that friendly smile, and I have to say, every single person on our staff is amazing. Every driver is just incredible. It's that friendly smile saying, hey, how are you?
Yeah.
It's so much more than a meal to a person who is living alone and 24/7 and then gets our meals.
And
So-
not only someone who is aged, but temporarily. I've had situations where I've requested it of you for people that I know who have been in an accident and are unable to drive.
Absolutely.
Are living alone. So it's also a temporary solution. She has delivered meals to them until they need them. And it's just a wonderful program.
It is.
Really. I
It
can't
is.
stress that enough. Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Rosemary. Thank you. Thanks,
Thank you.
everybody. Thank you.
All right, well, we thank our lunch sponsor, New York Presbyterian Hudson Valley Hospital. We look forward to seeing you. What is our date? Next meeting is October, let me see.
October 20th.
October 20th, Friday, October 20th at 1 o'clock here. And you have something you want
Yeah.
from Matt Slater's office?
Yep, I am your liaison to Assemblyman Slater. This is a Westchester County program. This is not an assembly program, but there is a Building Better Caregivers Workshop, which is Zoom, essentially, and that it's free. It's going to start on September 26th from 10:30 to 12:30 for 6 weekly sessions. An evening workshop will begin Thursday, October 26th. It's put on by Care Connections, and its phone number is 914-813-6262, and it's to help family caregivers that are caring for family members with cognitive challenges, traumatic brain injuries, and the like. The next one, and a big thank you, we're talking a lot about Jefferson Village at this meeting, but we from our office thank them for letting us use their community center. We're doing a senior health fair on Wednesday for Westchester. There's another one for Putnam, and you certainly can come to that one also. That's in November. But the Westchester County services and the like will be at the Jefferson Village Fair, along with at least, I'm going to say 20 other vendors, including the hospital. Wendy and Ellen will be there all day, and several different doctors are going to be coming in shifts to talk to you people.
So you don't have to
And
be
do
a
not
Jefferson
need to
Village
be a
resident.
Jefferson Village resident. It's for anybody in the district, and it's free. It is Wednesday, October 11th, from 10 to 12 p.m. at the Jefferson Village Community Center. We've got elder care attorneys coming, Medicare specialists, assisted living facilities, memory care facilities, Alzheimer's services, services for families, medical supplies and equipment, local pharmacies, urgent care, hospital. It's a lot. So hopefully we'll see you there, and people have mentioned that they would like things for people outside of Jefferson Village. Here's your opportunity.
A wonderful, wonderful idea. Thank you so much. Okay, well, that concludes our program today. We look forward to seeing you next month. If you have any suggestions on people you'd like to hear about or programs, please let us know. You can call the supervisor's office, and they will get a message to me. Thank you very much. Be well and stay healthy.